Husband needs encouragement to coming right up. What's going on, everybody? Dorian here from Not Easy to Broken. On our YouTube channel, we are all about helping you to build stronger marriages and relationships, doing it by applying practical, applicable, godly principles that we know will make your marriage work. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please like and share this video. Let's get right into it. Listen, guys, I've been talking to a lot of husbands, and they really feel like marriage is more beneficial to the wife and to the children than it is to them. Well, in my personal opinion, I believe that caring for your wife, caring for your children, being a provider, being a protector, being a friend, being a guide, being the lover of your family is one of the most rewarding, I believe it's one of the most important assignment, important responsibility that a husband, a father has. However, we are living in a changing time, and the truth be told that men are not looked at the same way anymore. We are living in an anti-male society, and whether you want to believe it or not, a lot of men feel like they don't have a voice anymore. A lot of men feel like if they just raise their voice in their home, it looked as if they are being abusive. The time is gone when a man feels angry about something and probably punch the wall. If he punched the wall in his own house, he probably looked at as being abusive. You know, the reality is that I'm not saying that a man is supposed to hit his wife. We're not talking about abuse. We're talking about just showing a little bit of aggression. We're talking about just being angry and frustrated about something. I believe it's very dangerous, and I don't think anything good will ever come out of it. Honestly, that's my opinion. Listen, man, I believe that men are supposed to treat their wives with love, with honor, and respect. I believe that they have a responsibility to become a safe space for their wives. I think their wives are supposed to be able to be vulnerable. I think that they're supposed to have a great relationship with their children. I think a man has a responsibility to himself and to God to be the best that he can be so that he can be able to serve and better equipped to demonstrate lovable actions in his home and in his marriage. I'm not going to sit here and say that men are all perfect, neither are women. The fact is, some men have done some very bad things to their wives. Some have mistreated their wives. Some have stepped out on their wives, and some have mistreated their children. I get all of that. But then there are also some great husbands out there, some good men out there that is holding it down. They're showing up and they're showing out. They go to work, they come home, they take care of their family. They try to make sure that the bills are paid. They make sure that there's a roof over their family head. Make sure that there's food on the table. They're doing everything to create a culture, to create an atmosphere that is positive, that is spiritual, that is conducive to godly character, godly principles, and godly values. There are men out there like that. There are husbands out there like that. If you are a wife and you know that you have a good, loving, caring, respectful man at home, please make him feel appreciated. Make him feel like you care about him. Make him feel valuable, because he is valuable to you, and he's also valuable to your children. Tell him that you love and appreciate him. Tell him that you admire his passion, his drive, his commitment to the family and to you. He does not have to be a perfect man for you to tell him that. He doesn't have to be a perfect husband for you to tell him that, because you're not perfect and he will never be perfect either. But if he has great character, if he has great core values, if he has principles that you love and honor and respect, let him know how you feel. Allow him to feel valuable. It's a crazy world out there, and it's very difficult for him to be dealing with all the pangs of life, the challenges that life has to offer, and then come home to a wife that does not even take the time to honor him and make him feel like he is valuable to the family. Pray for him that God will keep him. Pray for him that God will sustain him. Be a safe space for him to come home to. It's a crazy world out there, guys. It's not easy for men today. In spite of all the challenges that he faced on the outside of his home, in spite of all the negative things that has been said to him or said about him on national television, in spite of the anti-male society or the anti-male culture, in spite of the fact that he has been emasculated, minimized, criticized for being a man, can I say this to you? Are you a safe space for him to come home to? Can he rely on you that when you walk through those doors, you are the best thing that could ever happen to his day? Wives, you play a role in your marriage. You play a role in his life. To allow him or to make him feel like you are the kind of woman that he loved coming home to. You play a role in his life by praying for him. You play a role in his life by admiring him. You are responsible to adding value to his life too. Of course, he's responsible for loving you and caring for you and making you feel like a queen. I believe that a man has a responsibility by God, to his family, to love her, to honor her, to protect her, to make her feel like she is the best thing that happened to him. I believe that he has a responsibility to honor his obligation and his marital vows. I do understand the challenges that are out there. There are also women out there that want to throw themselves at him. There are times when he feels tested and he feels tempted and all of that stuff. I get all of that. Are you able to help him to protect his space, to protect his peace, and to protect his sanity? At the end of the day, he needs that. It's not about him going downstairs in his man cave and watching TV and watching sports and, when he needs a little sex, he come up to see you. No, that's not marriage. That's not what it's about, guys. It's really about you owning the responsibility to play your role, the husband and the wife, coming together and playing that role that helps to keep the marriage going, that helps to keep the bond of the relationship, to help to keep the flow and the rhythm of your intimacy and your affection and your commitment and your sacrifice and your willingness to do the work even when doing it is not easy. Can you say that you are a safe space for your husband to come to? Because at the end of the day, whether you want to accept it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, if you are not thinking about getting a divorce, if you're not thinking about ending this marriage, then you owe it to your husband to make sure that you do what you can to be the kind of wife that he loved coming home to. Now watch this. Remember what I said, that if you know that you have a good man, if you know that you find the right spouse, if you know that he is the kind of man that you love, you honor, you respect, if you know that you marry a man that honors and respects you and adore you and make you feel like you are such a wonderful, amazing wife, if he is adding value to your life, you owe it to him to make your home a safe space for him to come home to. Guys, the reality is he doesn't need to be getting the attention from the outside. He doesn't need to be hearing somebody on the outside appreciating him and telling him how handsome he is, telling him how hardworking he is. He doesn't need somebody on the outside telling him that you are attractive, you are handsome, you are one of those dudes that they would love to marry. He doesn't need to hear all of that. Because if you are adding value to his life at home, when somebody on the outside talk to him like this, it's not going to get to his head. He's not going to get so high-minded that he negotiate or he compromise the character of his integrity and his responsibility to his wife and to his children just for some type of chick that just say that you are handsome, you are attractive, and you look good. Anybody can say that. But if he's lacking the attention at home, if he's lacking love and intimacy, if he's lacking appreciation at home, if he feels like he's not getting the kind of attention that he needs. Remember, I am talking about a man that is valuable and a man that is worth loving and caring for. That's the kind of husband I'm talking about. And so, ladies and gentlemen, husband needs to be encouraged too. The world is not favorable to men anymore. For whatever reason, I don't understand, because a man and a woman need each other. But in a culture that wants to emasculate and eradicate and make us look like we are the worst thing that ever happened to society, and according to God's purpose, the man and the woman are needed in the earth, I want to ask you this question. I want to say to you, are you that kind of woman that he loved coming home to? Because if you're not planning to get a divorce, you're not planning on walking away from him, what is stopping you from adding value to his life? What is stopping you from recognizing the fact that he's working hard, is working his backside off every single day? Because the truth be told, we always keep telling husband what they need to do. We always keep putting the bar so high for husband to meet that standard. And I get it. He has a responsibility to his family. He has a responsibility to God. He has a responsibility to do what he needs to do in order for him to become the man that God has called him to be. In order for him to honor his responsibility as a spouse, as a husband, as a father. I get it. To whom much is given, much is required. And God called him to be the leader. God called him to be the head. But then God also called you as a wife to be his help. Or you're helping him to feel comfortable in the marriage. Or you're helping him to accomplish his goals, his vision, his dreams, and his aspiration. Are you his greatest asset? Or are you his greatest liability? The choice is yours. I know somebody's going to watch the video and say, what about the wives? Well, look around you. There are so many pages and so many platforms and so many groups that are edifying and pouring into the wives and telling them to be, the best wives and level up and conversations that has been had concerning what a wife is supposed to be like from the negative and the positive viewpoint of wives. It's out there. But I want to say to you, as the help, how are you helping him? You can either help him to be better, or you can either help him to be worse. You can either see him as a liability, or you can see him as an asset. You can either dig for the treasure in him, or you can look for the problems. The choice is yours. You have the responsibility. You know what you need to do. Man, I want to just say this to you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being the best that you can be. Keep serving your spouse. Keep serving your wife. Keep serving your children. Because God has called us to be that and more. I know for sure that if you're out there and you're watching this video and you know that you are one of those husbands that deserve to be treated right because you're doing everything to add value to your marriage, to your family, I salute you. I venerate you. I add value to your life. I'm here with you. I'm supporting you. Keep going. Keep doing the work. Don't quit. Don't give in. Your family needs you. Society needs you. Your neighborhood needs you. Your community needs you. And the world wants men just like you. We're not afraid to stand up and be men. We're called to lead. We're not afraid to be who God has called us to be. There is room in the world for us. And regardless of how society wants to feel about who we are as men, the truth be told, this world will never be a better place without us. That's a fact. And I will continue to speak that message. I will continue to tell that story. Because when God created the man, he created the man and the woman for a reason. We need each other. There's no reason to be fighting and, destroying the masculine role or the feminine role. We have a purpose here in our society. And it's time for us to understand that as a man, as a leader, we are here to support and love our family and love our wives. And as a wife, you have a responsibility to salute, to love, to cherish, to be his biggest cheerleader, make him feel like the man that God has called him to be. And in the end, the reward is going to be great because you are the kind of woman that he loves coming home to. And that's the kind of man that you want to love and honor and cherish. Continue to grow. Continue to build yourself. Continue to become the best version of who you really are. Know that your best is yet to come. You have what it takes to be great. Don't let anybody rain on your parade. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like and share this video. And I can't wait to see you in the next one.